Support WrestleTalk!
And so I'm back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here, ready to watch a video of all the news stories that you might have missed this week. Because even though at WrestleTalk we're dedicated to bringing you the biggest, loudest, sweatiest, CM Punkiest news stories every single day, some stories slip through the cracks, even if they're often very lovely or very weird, or in the case of number one, very much a crime against an entire period of American history. I'm Adam from WrestleTalk, and here are 10 news stories from the week you might have missed. I'd ask you what you thought were the biggest news story of the week, but it's probably just the increasingly crazy adventures of Brian and Phil. So instead, let us know your favourite and we'll chat it through with you in the comments. And also, you should subscribe. Here's a joke to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Mality, 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 mality. Now we've got the formalities out of the way. Number one, the biggest news story of the year. In the same few news weeks that saw talks of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan joining AEW, Jay White showing up on Impact to recruit more Bullet Club members, Hiroshi Tanahashi appearing on AEW, and WWE using sad Karrion Kross to bludgeon the best wing of their own company, we've also got by far the biggest and sexiest news story of the year. Brock Lesnar wearing a cowboy hat. My loins weren't ready for that. That is a point-blank execution of my loins using a weaponized cube of hot cowboy pork. Brock was seen rooting and or tooting at music festival Twin Cities Summer Jam. Yes, we will be suing for the flagrant infringement of Summer Jam. And he was wearing a cowboy hat, which proceeded to go viral, primarily because he looked like the Milky Bar Kid grew up to become a bouncer at a rundown strip club. Heartbreakingly, the photo did not show Brock's feet, so we can't confirm if he was wearing his infamous blue jeans, black loafers combo. Number two, the wrestling machine was almost all elite. WrestleMania 35 will be remembered for a few different reasons. Women main eventing the show for the first time, the peak of Kofi Mania, and it being about 17 days long. One match that might be forgotten from that card was Baron Corbin retiring Kurt Angle, one of my least favorite sentences in the English language. Interestingly, Angle revealed in an interview with Fightful, hey Sean, you're always on my mind, you hot little slice of vanilla cake, that he received offers to wrestle from both AEW and Impact Wrestling, both of which he declined. He said he was flattered by the offers, but his body was too beaten up to compete at the level he once did. Impact supposedly offered him a one-shot deal, but AEW apparently had a lot more in mind for the Olympic gold medalist, and you know what? Fair enough to Kurt Angle for wanting to preserve his peerless body of work as best he can. He remains my favourite wrestler of all time, and I very much enjoyed his retirement match at WrestleMania 34, teaming with Ronda to defeat Triple H and Stephanie. Number three, Wrestling Observer fan banned from NXT. NXT this week was moved to the Sci-Fi Channel to make room for those pesky Olympics, and was also pre-taped. As is the nature with pre-taped episodes, spoilers can often leak from fans in attendance of the shows, or if there are no fans, sometimes members of your own roster can do it, like at the Great American Bash last year. The guy who did that has still never been seen again. Are we 100% sure WWE didn't kill him? Regardless, it seemed NXT security were on high alert for any potential spoilers getting out, as according to a fan in attendance, JJ Williams, who contributes to the Wrestling Observer, was singled out due to his affiliation with that publication. A picture was taken of his ID, he was forced to delete any pictures he had taken, and he was escorted out of the building. JJ also noted that several others in attendance, including media personnel, were sharing spoilers with no consequences. Never one to back down from an opportunity, Tony Khan then jumped in saying he was looking forward to seeing JJ at AEW Impact Homecoming from Daly's Place next week. That's hospitable. Maybe he'll treat you to a Domino's. Hopefully they bought a new pizza cutter. Number four, new junior heavyweight champion. New Japan Pro Wrestling held their Wrestle Grand Slam event from the Tokyo Dome this week, which saw Shingo Takagi successfully retain his IWGP Heavyweight Championship over Hiroshi Tanahashi before the latter then appeared on AEW Fight for the Fallen. What a weird timeline this is. However, slightly less newsworthy from New Japan this week, but also of note, El Desperado was unsuccessful in retaining his IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, losing out to Robbie Eagles. Eagles' win marks the first time an Australian has ever held the belt. Elsewhere on the show, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi won the IWGP Tag Championships from the team of Tetsuya Naito and Sanada from Los Ingobernables to Japan. That's not very tranquilo. Number 5, All Elite Wedd-stling. AEW star and member of the Factory, Nick Comoroto, heartwarmingly proposed to his long-term girlfriend during an indie show this week. Roll that clip.
Why I'm here right now, it's not the hype up a match, it's not the hype up myself. It's all about this beautiful woman right here. Becky, I love you, and I want to spend my life with you. Rebecca Lee Phillips, will you marry?
See, wrestling's nice sometimes. Should have swerved him though. Somewhere Vince Russo is very upset at such a missed swerving opportunity. Number 6, all the wrestling birthdays. As well as all the wrestling news, there was also all the wrestling birthdays this week. Hangman Page turned 30, tweeting, "Thank you for all the birthday wishes and for not reminding me that at 30, statistically speaking, over 38% of my life is over. Oh God, now I thought about it." What an anxious millennial. But also, you're almost 4 years younger than me, Hangman. Off. Joe D'Orazio, a British professional wrestler who later worked as a referee, turned 99 this week. He's considered the world's oldest living wrestler. Dolph Ziggler turned 40, here's to you Zigglypuff, and Triple H celebrated the big 5-2 with Stephanie McMahon tweeting, "Happy birthday to my badass, Motorhead-loving man of my dreams." We assume that was about Triple H, otherwise that's a hell of a subtweet. Number 7, Super Porky passes away. Unfortunately, there was some sadness in the news this week too, as Lucha Libre legend Super Porky, or Brazo de Plata, passed away on Monday at the age of 58. Real name Jose Luis Alvarado Nieves, Brazo de Plata had wrestled since the 70s, including a brief stint in WWE in the juniors division in 2005 to 2006 as Super Porky. Number 8, Kaz makes return to Impact. Here we are, back at wrestlers making appearances for companies that are not contracted to the AEW, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, AAA, NWA, Coalition Government continues the cross-promotion at Impact, with not only Jay White returning and confronting Kenny Omega, but on this week's episode, Frankie Kazarian made his return to Impact in his continued Elmer Fudd-style pursuit of the Elite. Kaz hasn't been seen in Impact since 2014, despite making a huge name for himself in the promotion as part of Fortune, yikes, but also being awesome and pairing with Christopher Daniels before leaving for Ring of Honor and eventually AEW. Wrestlers are all over the place these days, like bloody mice. Stay still, bastards. Number 9, Andrade to Impact fell through. One name that's had a somewhat clunky start to their AEW run has been Andrade El Idolo, who debuted in confusion after the live crowd completely missed Vicky Guerrero announcing him, but it's since come out in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Andrade could have had a pretty awesome moment in Nashville, penciled in before those talks fell through. Andrade was reportedly set to close out Impact's Slammiversary by confronting Kenny Omega, but El Idolo and Impact couldn't come to terms. Instead, that spot went to Bullet Club leader Jay White, continuing the challenge of the Super Friends to WWE's Legion of Doom. And number 10, he's bringing sexy Ryback. After WWE realized they completely shot themselves in the foot by releasing so much talent and then started to freak out when the reports came out about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan heading to AEW, it seems like they're looking to change up several parts of their own roster, including several NXT call-ups such as Toni Storm, Tegan Nox, and Shotzi Blackheart minus the Tegan and minus the Blackheart, and also Karrion Kross. Poor Karrion Kross, but we might be getting some more big returns soon, and by big, I mean the big guy. Going by a new video that Ryback posted on his Twitter of him at a chiropractor session, he ends the video by saying, "See you at SummerSlam," to no one in particular. That was after he farted on the doctor, of course, because why not?
Oh. See you at SummerSlam.
I don't want to see Ryback again. I think I'm full. And that's our list. Let us know your favorite news story of the week. Make sure you subscribe to WrestleTalk for up-to-the-minute news. Head over to WrestleTalk.com for breaking news there on our website. And you can also check out more lists over on Parts Unknown. Jam that jam.